What's up guys, it's Denodon here, and today I am back in Kinetic Void where I am showing you how to build a little fighter like this one I've got right before me. Now you can see this is quite a compact little ship compared to the previous one, hence its classification as fighter, and I'm going to show you some of the techniques I use to build it, such as using the overlap tool and the rotation tools, along with symmetry and that, to build it as small as possible. So I'm going to give you a quick demonstration first of how this one flies, and then I will show you how to build something like it. So let's go to launch. Okay, so here we are in space. Here is the ship all loaded up, and now I'm going to fly this in mouse fly because it's a lot easier to fly fighters with those. So press V by default to enable mouse fly, and you can see straight away how agile this thing is even without any acceleration. So let's hit R, let's get some acceleration, and look at how quick we can throttle up. So the whole point of a fighter is, of course, you want it to be as agile as possible, and you can see this thing has good movement in all directions except its roll is a little slow. But apart from that, it is ideal for a fighter because I've also got 4 weapons. So we'll dock back with the station and then we'll get started building a new ship. So what we want to do is we want to bring up here first, and we want to reset everything. You won't lose your ship that you've already made, it will keep that, you'll just not have that part. Like you'll have a new ship to start from. So first of all, what we got to do is we got to pick a cockpit that we like. So you've got all different choices, it's up to you to figure out what you want. First of all, I'm going to set the angle rotation up because I like to use that. So we're going to turn that around like that. And that will do fine. So yep, hit space, we'll enter that. So that's our cockpit shape. Now we need to add some hull modules. Now the other ship only had 2, but that proved to be a bit limiting, so you want to add just enough to have all your systems, but you also don't want too much. Like, we're not trying to build another space truck, because a key part for performance in a ship is you want it to be as light as possible. So you want it to have as little mass as possible as well. So let's find a part that fits. Yeah, we'll add that. And no, that doesn't fit at the moment, but we're going to use the overlap tool. So you go down here and you turn on overlap, which you can see there. Now that lets you build parts that clip through each other like they wouldn't normally allow you to, like that. So you can see you can build some interesting shapes by doing that thing. Unfortunately, this cockpit doesn't quite suit that. So we'll hit C to clear that and we'll find something else. So let's find something that is appropriate for the shape of this ship, which is a bit difficult because I picked an awkward shape to start from. Shall we go with that? That might be a bit too big. Yeah, we need to find something a bit smaller. That could do if we center it. Yes, if we center it and we bring it in like that, bring it down. And there we go, that's a something. So we'll add that, then we'll add this bit on the back, because you know, why not? R and F to find the right node attachment you want. We want it to attach on the back here, so let's keep hitting it until it finds the right one. Whoops, there we go. Overlap tool is still on, so now we can just drag it to be wherever we want it to be. I want it to be roughly centered. And I'm going to put it around there. So that's the basis of our ship. Now we need to add some engines. So you need to decide quite early on what sort of engines you want, because they do change the size of parts you put on it. So for example, you can see those are pretty damn massive, and these are slightly less so, and these are pretty big as well. So we're not going to go with that. We're going to go with these spiky ones, and we're going to have the symmetry tool on. So we put 2 of them. Make sure we find the right spot. There we go. And then we can rotate them with Q and E. So we can have them like that, or we can hit R, because I kind of prefer them on the side like that. And yep, there we go. Now again, because the overlap tool is on, we can move them into the body a bit. So you can see what I've done there is I've made an interesting shape. So we'll bring them in a bit more. At the moment, the clipping doesn't matter too much, so we'll just... Actually, that's fine. Go with that. Now we're going to need some kind of other maneuvering, because these will provide good sideways turning, but we also want the ability to turn up and down, so we're going to need a counter for those. So we want to put Y on here, and we want to hit the rotation again. You want to see where you wanted to put them. We'll just put them like that, that's fine. Let's slow them down a bit so that they're a bit more embedded into the body. Now let's try and make it look like it's sort of fed into this cockpit here. So, yeah, that looks okay. So we'll merge those in and we'll hit space to glue it together. So there's our main engines. Now we may want an additional engine at the back here, which we could try, but are we going to be able to find one that fits? Maybe, maybe not. So we could turn off symmetry here, as we only want the one. So let's find if we can get a spot where it will fit on. Doesn't want to fit there, so we'll keep turning around. Doesn't want to fit there either, but I know we've got a spot because I saw it just before. So, oh, almost, not quite. Can we get it? I just need it to be level, and then everything else we can go from there. So, not quite. Come on, can we get it? Maybe? Maybe not. Maybe this engine doesn't want to be attached on. Who knows? Let's keep going. Yep, let's keep going here. Oh, there we go. We've got that. So let's move it back. And let's turn on the rotation tool. And we'll turn it onto its side. There we go. Now we just need to position it onto the ship where we want it. So you can see we're actually slightly at an angle here. So if we turn this down, we can more finely adjust the rotation. So we can make it be straight. I don't think it actually matters at this moment in time in the game. But I like to kind of have everything look like, you know, it's actually on straight. So that'll do. So back to the translation tool. We'll merge that in some more. Use the keyboard to zoom in a bit more along with the mouse wheel. Get it all centered. There we go. That's looking kind of nice. If a little big, but that's fine. So you can see the overlap tool allows you to do some pretty strange but interesting things. So there's the shape of our ship. Kind of cool, isn't it? Now we just need to choose what weapons we want to use. Now we've got to look here, and you can see our mass is down nice and low, which is good. So we need to pick some weapons. Now I just like to normally use these box ones because they look kind of nice. So let's add some symmetry on again. The mirror, we want it to be on the X value. And we got to find a position where they will situate themselves quite nicely. So if we have them like that, but actually we need to turn them around because otherwise they're going to be shooting the wrong way. So I'm having to hit this far because I haven't changed the angle. But there we go. That's fine. We'll bring them forwards a little bit maybe. Yeah, that'll be fine. They should have good firing arcs there. And then we'll add some more behind them. I'm going to turn this up this time, just to make it a little easier, or less button mashing. And there we go. So now we've got forward and rearward firing guns, but only on the top. But that shouldn't be a problem. I mean, I suppose I don't really need to worry about shooting behind me. So, you know what? I'm not actually going to have those, so I'll remove them. I'll remove them as well. I'll move these back. Now, unfortunately, at the moment, you can only move them individually. It doesn't save mirror groups after you've separated them. So, I don't know if they're going to change that or not. Hopefully. But, that's the guns on top. Now we want to add the same thing on the bottom. So, well, we've got the mirroring off, so let's turn that on. Maybe that was it, I don't know. Stick those on roughly the same spot. Are they okay? It's hard to see when you're working the ship from underneath. I think we've got them. Yeah, they're looking okay. So I'm gonna just add those. Now, you gotta add a subsystem, and you gotta pick a weapon that's appropriate. Because you're a fighter, you want maximum damage with rapid fire. So range doesn't really matter. And that's why in the other one I was using the scatter cannons. So let's find where they are. I forget where they come up in the list here. I think they're actually further down, maybe. Is it that one? Yeah, scatter cannon. So we'll add a scatter cannon there. We'll add a scatter cannon there. It's an interesting word, isn't it? Scatter cannon. But yeah, those should have good firing arcs to either side. So we'll add some more scatter cannons. And that is our main firepower. You have to remember in this game, despite the temptation that you don't want to make your ships just flying bricks with lots of guns, because admittedly I do that a lot, and yes, it seems to work, but your ships aren't great when you do that. So I'd rather build something elegant, and this thing is, I don't know, kinda elegant? I might change the colours of it, because it's using the same colours I've used since, you know, that first cruiser ship thing. So, whoops. So that's all that done. Now we just need to start fitting out our subsystems. So we want to give that some sensors, and then we'll give it some basic armor, but we don't want to give it too much armor, because otherwise its mass will increase too much. So we've got that. Now we need to give our engines. So our main engine is this middle one here, so we want it to be maximum engine, and for the heck of it, let's just give it engine boost as well. So these ones here, we'll give them, let's see, we'll give them that, and then we'll give them some absorption plating for these. So these can have the engine free and some absorption plating. That fills up their slots. You can see, because we're using a smaller ship with size 1 parts, they only have limited space. So we'll add this one, we'll do engine free, and we'll add compound for these, just so we get a bit more balanced distribution of protection in case we lose one engine or so. So we'll add that. Where is the compound? It is that one, isn't it? There we go. So we've got our engines all fitted out, so you can see our power needed has changed. So now in the hull system here, we can easily see, well, we want a basic kinetic field. We can't do much with it. Like you can see our adjustments here. Now we've got pretty decent thrust in all directions, so that should be fine. Our sensors are decent enough. Our kinetic field is only going to be a weak one, but we're a fighter, so that's fair enough. So now we just need to find the reactor that covers up all the power we need. So if we put that one is more than enough, so that'll do. Now let's just, for the rest of it, put some absorption plating and some compound plating. So there we go. That's our ship, as you can see, all fully set up here. It will work. So now all we need to do is just give it a paint scheme. So customize, what do we want to do? Let's see, we want to change the green, I think, first of all. Let's make that, that blue looks fine, so we'll go with that. Now we'll change these colors, because we may as well. What kind of color ship do we want to go? Let's just go for a kind of a bluish ship, why not? So we'll change all these to be a dark blue. Now you can set RGB values as well for these, but I'm not bothering with that. I'm just setting them to be something that looks vaguely like what I want. So there we go, we've got that. Now here, let's go for slightly lighter colors maybe. We'll see how those come out looking. So if we set them like that, and then we set that to like that, we've got some interesting purpley blue ship here, don't we? I'm not sure if I like that. I might change it. Yeah, I'm going to change the cockpit colors. Let's make them, I don't know, gold? Or this, whatever color that is. Yeah, we'll go with that. So that's our ship. Looks kind of cool, doesn't it? So what do we want to call it? I am absolutely rubbish at names. So I am just going to call it Fighter X. So that's it, really. So we'll save that, just to be sure. We've got every system, so nothing is being notified here. So let's launch it and see how we go. So here we go, with Fighter X in space. I've hit V already. And you can see we've got ships around us, so let's accelerate. Hit Tab to target the nearest object, and C to lock onto him. We've got some nice, like, angling here. Nice turning rate. So bring it around, press 1 to fire our weapons at him. Well, he shot past us there, but can we get him without crashing into him, preferably? So, oh, yep, he's gone. That was quick. They've got another fighter down here, so let's target him. Come on, we can get him. See, the fighters have got a lot more fast-paced battles compared to, you know, the big cruiser like the last one I was flying. So let's bring ourselves around behind this guy. Let's bring out our weapons so they're firing away at him. Oh, we shot past. So let's spin ourselves around. I rarely turn off the kinetic field when I'm fighting and stuff like this. Because, well, to be fair, I like just the ability to quickly zip around without having to slow down first. But it is good for catching up to turn them off. So, we're getting this guy. Playing around with the throttle as we go. Let's ensure we hit him. Whoop, and he shot past again. So, we're bringing down his shields though quite quickly. It's just a matter of getting the damage to his hull down. So let's catch up. He's outrunning us. Let's hit T so that we can catch up. Okay, we're accelerating very quickly here. Bring us back into range, then hit T again. And we shot past, and I brought up the weapon manager by accident. So, ooh, there we go. Come on, come on. Where is this guy? We can get him. Where's my ship gone? My ship's not in screen anymore. What did I do? I don't know. It's all gone wrong. Bring out back there. No. Oh, my ship is like in the very bottom of the corner there. I don't know why. I can't see it. That's interesting. Because I can see it here just fine, yeah. So, you can see if I'm flying it like this, it's a lot harder to figure out what I'm doing. Because, I mean, yeah, that looks all cool and all, but what exactly is going on here? I gotta bring myself around. Let's find where this dude is. There he is. And he's brought around that side. We keep bringing down his shields and we're whittling down his health, so that's good. See? Oh, that was close. Go on, we can get this guy. Yes, we got him. And we've taken down some damage to our sensors. But look, our shield is recharging. Let's lock onto this fighter. I don't think that was him yet. We've got this guy. He's closer. Spin ourselves around. We've lost our sensors entirely now. So let's open fire on him. Bring ourselves in range. I can't see the ship from there still for some reason, so we're going to have to use this and hold the right mouse button to try and see what I'm doing. Why aren't my weapons firing? Come on, you can fire. I'm firing at this dude, so get this dude. There we go. Yep, we're getting him. We've taken damage ourselves, but he's taking more damage. So, we're slow now, which isn't good. I like my ships to be fast, which is why I like building these little fighters more. Come on, can we get him? Almost, almost. Let's try and keep him within our arcs of fire. There we go. And he is done. So we've got one more guy over here. Let's just get this last guy, shall we? And then I think we're done. So, bring ourselves around. Let's go after him. Hit 1. Start firing on him. Come on. Start firing on him. Oh, what did I do? Oh, I've selected the wrong target, I think. There we go. There we go. Selected him again by clicking on his window in the top left there. So now I'm firing away. Let's spin ourselves around. His shields are down. And he is about to explode. There we go. So that is building fighters in Kinetic Void. So you see, this design actually worked quite well. And I think it looks cool, and, you know, rule of cool in spaceships, isn't that the main thing? So, as another guy jumps in, and we've already got damage, I think I'm going to end the video here. So, I'm Denodon, this is Kinetic Void, and as I dock with the station, safe landings.